Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Unemployment Coaching. Today, I am reviewing a match on the pit. It's Ranked Slayer, and it's also going to be another one of my dad's POVs. Um, and again, none of this is critiquing, you know, shots or anything like that. This would be more or less just the decision making of the match. I do want to say that this was a game I'm pretty sure we got beat pretty bad. I think it's like 50 to 30 something or whatever. Um, but regardless of the outcome of the game, you can still learn quite a few things or even just catch up on things that might not be obvious to you, but having an extra set of eyes can uh, help with. So, without further ado, let's get started. Okay, there we go. Let's see. Sorry, I'm trying to get all this figured out. Alright, there we go. That's him long. Not a bad play. One thing I will say there, uh, I don't know if it just, wasn't called out or anything like that, and you're not at fault here, but you definitely should have had some help with regards to the guy on your side. Now, obviously, you can't predict or even have the randoms help you sometimes. Um, so sometimes it's just, it is what it is, but I don't really see any much else that you could have done there. I mean, maybe you could have tried to slow it away, but then again, the guy, he could have just pushed off because again, based off of what we see, there's no one really there to help you. I like this, making sure the guy's not pushing long. Without knowing too much, and obviously this is hindsight. Um, when you spawned up, and especially knowing that guy and long pushback to, well, I guess which is their side now, you probably could have just went for sniper. I doubt anybody would have contested you with it, and you could have had sniper already sitting at S tower, or like first BR like you are here. Good play, helping your teammate out. Probably wouldn't have naded there, but then again, you didn't know where he was going to go. So me personally, I probably would have stayed in objective just because you know that myself or whoever is a sniper was on uh, S2. So if we can go back just a little bit. So, knowing what you know right here, uh, you get a guy to your left, even though he's a little weak, he's going to push you. You get two guys on training, and they're both looking at you. The best play here probably would have been to just, either sit objective or even like run off to that right in the hallway over there and run cuts. That way you could have helped the guy with sniper and at least stalled out until the teammates came back up. Okay, playing tower. Throwing up the sword. Get a nice good kill on this guy. Alright, so as you can see, I'll just let it play out. Alright, yeah, so this is taking, in my opinion, way too long. You saw that we killed the one guy and that we had numbers still up, and our teammate died S1, so that means he probably had that guy that he was fighting weak. Here, instead of worrying about the guys that are going to spawn behind us, you should help us clean up. As, I mean, if you were out on like their sword door right there, you can just look down and practically shoot the guy that's on ramp there. And again, like sitting sword is not a bad play in of itself. You know, you can pretty much lock down that entire side of the map if you have sword. The only issue is you can't really help your team, you know, especially if you're sitting in the. And it's not even really about helping your team. I mean, you can just finish up the kills that they can't finish up. And since it's about, you know, since it's Slayer, it's all really about finishing the kills and trying to stay alive. Good job going back, staying alive. Staying alive is super huge. No reason to die there, so that's good. Good shots on the guy. Green, it's good. It's a good place. Watching long, make sure they're not coming up behind. It's a good kill out on them. The only thing I would say is, like, you know, rockets are about to come up. And again, I know it's about playing your life and your one shot here. But knowing that we're both dead on rockets, this dude's probably really weak. So you should have contested those a little bit sooner before he picked them up. But it looks like you got the trade anyway, so I mean, it's not really bad how that played out. Good job helping your teammate at long. This is a good play. So I'm also sitting here thinking that, you know, any good team, if they have a guy contesting long and like he's the only one you see there, then you know you can deduce that obviously there's 3 other people on the enemy team. They're probably pushing green or sword. And the reason why I say this is you see your Reaper kills guy, he's still weak, so that means he's getting shot from somewhere at green. So I think at least you probably should have pushed up. Because you got, I mean, you practically have that guy long back down, and I don't know, you know, not really, he's not getting a whole lot of help being back here.
Our weapons have arrived.
Again, I know you were one shot, but like based off of what you saw with that guy, you probably should have pushed in there and tried to clean him up. And again, I know this is hindsight, so you don't like you didn't know that he was the only person there. But he gets picked up anyways. You know, get sniped, it happens. Alright, so knowing what you just saw and how your teammate is weak, I think the best play here would be to lift S2 and just kind of like, if anything, head glitch or play around the wall up there on the corner piece and get shots. Because I mean, you could have shot that guy that you see right there to your right on a ramp from S2, and you can also shoot at the guys that you saw in your death cam heading to our first BR. Not a bad play. Ah, that would have been a good cleanup. Because you probably would have got OS just then. This is about to come up, I think, in like 5 seconds.
Items of power have arrived.
Alright, so I think from, and this is just from playing so much, I think most people when they grab OS, they're probably going to go bottom sword, like where Reaper kills is kind of looking. You probably should have got up on top of Snipe Tower faster. That way you could have helped him shoot the overshield off. But that's just me. Yep, gotta love the nuclear nades on Halo. Again, I don't know, based off of, I feel like within the game itself and there, we know that they're probably pushing our side. I mean, and plus they kind of have a huge lead on us, so they're probably feeling pretty confident. So we probably should have been looking like our objective, like where the training guy is. We all should have been shooting that guy for like, as he should not have lived. And then I get killed from objective. You're gonna pinch from green. Yeah, and it's just, and the 4v4, especially on this map, if you go down, it's so easy for the other team to, punish the other teammates. Like, for instance, when I died in objective, they knew just to push y'all too, because, you're the last two on the side, and, Reaper is wherever on the other side of the map. So, I mean, there's not really much you could do there. I definitely think, though, like, not sitting on this side of the map, I don't think that's a good idea, because, like, again, you don't, yeah, you can hide in shotgun, but, like, there's, like, you can't go anywhere from there. You're just going to get naded out, You get a pretty good spawn on tower. In hindsight here, this probably, since they had such a big lead, this probably would have been one of those things I would have just said to, like, sit back and stay on top of tower. Generally, I would like this play, like, to contest for rockets, but since they, they already had them pushing down here, if that guy would have pushed out of green, he could have just, blown you up with rockets or whatever. Again, putting yourself on this side of the map's not... I'm not a huge fan of it. Really, I only like to go to this side of the map if I'm pushing through long to get on their side. Clean up. Yeah. I mean, again, it's just, being on the side of the map, it just, there's not a whole lot for you to go to get your shields back or to, stay up. It's just, I mean, look at this wide area you can be shot from.
Enemy team nearing victory.
Again, knowing what you know now and you see your teammates in training, you can honestly probably push up right here and, finish this guy up that's weak. And, I mean, I get, like, you don't know if anybody's on sniper or anything and it's coming up. But cleaning up this kill here is really important because that would allow us to push to their side.
Power items inbound. A concealing blanket.
I believe this is the closest all four of us have been. I mean, that's probably this little, not even getting kills, just running together is the most teamwork we did all match.
Power item now available.
All right, so again, we have overshield. We killed a guy, so I mean, this makes sense for us to push. Like I understand that. But when you push out into training like this, I mean, regardless if you knew that guy was to your right or not, there is no way you're going to be able to get back. And plus, if you notice the guy up top, I'm pretty sure he has sniper. So again, in these high diamond, low onyx lobbies, like people aren't going to miss a sniper. Yeah, I mean, and he would have hit you if the guy with the DMR didn't kill you. Yeah, unfortunate Halo timing there. Not much to say. Yeah, I mean, I just feel like that happens to everybody at some point. Again, you see the exclamation marks and stuff. You should probably just go ahead and just be sprinting there to begin with, especially if you know what you saw for your death cam there. Um, you know that they're all on that side of the map, and you can just come shoot them in the back. So I do like this play. Nice, it's good. Again, you know your teammate was just in their shotgun right there, so you probably should have just looked left because there's no sense in clearing that.
5 minutes.
Plasma grenade deployed. Sniper inbound.
Yeah, rockets. This is good. And I am of the opinion that I also like to waste the power weapons just so they don't get it. Uh, but in that particular moment, especially when you're in green, it's such a tight area. Like you can really take your time, and you're not. It's gonna be really hard to miss a shot. So I probably wouldn't have wasted a rocket there, especially being down 46-33. There's a nice rocket there. And in fact, you probably could have pushed through green with rockets. Uh, but again, that's hindsight. Yeah. You know, with matches like this, I feel like the game has made it to where you're gonna be forced, air quotes, forced to lose some. Uh, evidently that game was not a showcase of teamwork whatsoever. I mean 4v4s, unless you got a really good team or calling out, it's always going to be a lot more chaotic than doubles. Um, I would say with regards to at least this map, staying off of long haul side is really key unless you're specifically there for a reason. Like say if you have your sniper and you're sitting in your shotgun and you're watching long haul, that's a good play in my opinion. Because if you have sniper there, probably means your teammates are like spread out across the map, so they're also covering other stuff. But being like a support, and you have no power weapons or whatever, and you're sitting over at Needler and stuff like that, it's not good because say if one of your teammates dies or whatever over there, then you're gonna get pinched. Like you get punished for it just because you don't have escape. Like you're stuck. Um, you know. But I mean, there wasn't anything. Obviously, I just think the other team was better, and if I'm not mistaken, I think they were a team of four, so they were probably all coordinated and calling out and stuff like that. Um, but from this POV, like I didn't really necessarily see anything that was just like, wow, like why did you do that? But I think staying off a long haul side, unless you're pushing to their side, is is pretty critical. Also just kind of paying attention to when when and where teammates are being shot from and who is up and who is dead. Like if you see that one of them is dead, and the four of us are still up, it's probably a good idea to start like being a little bit more aggressive. I think that's what Pitt messes with a lot of people is because they don't really know when to be aggressive or when to stay on your side. Um, but yeah, I think that pretty much wraps up this Pitt game. I wouldn't really say there's anything else to say on it. Just because from this POV, that just wasn't, it just this game overall wasn't, was not a good team game, so to speak. Um, but yeah, that concludes this video.